In anticipation of Fire Emblem Engage, I decided to play two older Fire Emblem games, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. To the unaware, these are the Fire Emblem games that stars Ike of the Grail Mercenaries and Smash Bros fame. And in doing so, I've discovered Fire Emblem's most important ingredient. It is not the well-written characters and ability to build up support relationships between the playable cast of characters. It is not the simplicity of the weapon triangle, and it's not even Fire Emblem's initial selling point, permadeath. But interestingly enough, all these points I brought up does have an influence on the main ingredient that I'm talking about. Strategy games are based around two phases that a player goes through: planning and execution. In the planning phase, we spend time formulating the perfect strategy to take as little damage as possible, cover the important points on the map to keep our units safe, and allocate resources like battle experience to the proper characters. The fun is in the decision making, and by planning, we give intentionality to each of our moves. And once we've locked in on a plan, we go to the execution phase, where we try as best as possible to realize our strategy. And the developers will do the exact opposite. They're going to try as best they can to prevent you from making the perfect play. Systems that we commonly see in Fire Emblem, like reinforcements or sub-objectives or even recruitment, forces players to improvise on their original plan, which kicks the player mentally back to the planning stages and forces the players to adapt to succeed. Strategy games like Fire Emblem hinges upon improvisation to create the fun for players. If the player is guaranteed victory from turn 1, the game ceases to be interesting. Outside of changing the conditions on the map, Fire Emblem relies on one more thing to keep players on their toes. For a long time, Fire Emblem's main selling point was that each of your individual units, someone with a face, a name, a background, and a story, has the ability to die permanently. Losing valuable units can make the game harder, and in some instances, the narrative may change slightly or drastically depending on who survives the end of the game. Many players, myself included, will reset the game if something goes wrong or a unit dies, restarting the chapter and giving us another chance to keep everyone alive. On my replay of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, I've decided to play with no resets or what people will call the Iron Man run. By playing this way, it changed how I view every single system in Fire Emblem because I needed to make sure my chances of success was as high as possible. And that's how I realized the simple truth of what makes Fire Emblem so engaging. Before I continue, here's my question to you all. What are your thoughts on permadeath? Do you love it or hate it? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're down there, give this video a like and consider subscribing if you've been enjoying your time so far. Thanks. When a unit goes to battle, there is a chance they will hit the enemy, a chance they will be hit by the enemy, and a chance for a critical hit to proc on either side. Without the ability to reset the game, every move I make could go disastrously wrong, because even with a high probability of success, it's still just a probability. That's right, probability, RNG, whatever you want to call it, is the MSG of Fire Emblem.
What is MSG? MSG is king of flavor. MSG make everything better.
It gives it that flavor that makes you enjoy Fire Emblem a lot more, even if it's frustrating in the moment. Imagine missing an important attack and losing a unit by taking a devastating hit that had only a 10% chance of hitting. It sucks, it's unfair, but at the same time, it gives you something more important. What will you, the player, do now that things didn't go your way? How will you readjust? How will you recover from this devastating loss? We are kicked back to the planning phase. We must now reevaluate the situation and adapt to recover and come out on top despite an unfortunate outcome. This chance to fail also comes with a wonderful upside.
Oh, that's a crossbow. Oh my god. Well, my Lucio dead.
Nope. Not today, Satan.
Bro.
Not today.
What the? What is my playthrough, man?
Yo.
Oh.
Yo, who is this guy?
No, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna get attacked again. Please. Please, please. Yes!
Bad lad.
Oh
What?
my god.
When your unit, against all odds, survive a string of fatal encounters that should have killed them, that's hype. That's dopamine. That can only happen when the chance to fail exists. The game itself is quite punishing when things do go wrong, but fortunately for us, the players, there are many different systems that we can interact with to help increase our chances of success or even outright remove luck as a factor in our decision making. For example, in Fire Emblem, different units can befriend and develop bonds with one another. When they battle while close to each other, they get bonuses to their accuracy and a higher chance to avoid attacks. Another system this series is known for is the weapon type advantage or weapon triangle. Axes are weak to swords, swords are weak to lances, and lances forces are weak to axes. Weapons are granted an accuracy bonus when fighting a weapon weak to its type, and an accuracy penalty when fighting a weapon resistant to the weapon type. If a sword user fights an axe user of a similar level, it will be very easy for the sword user to hit the axe user, but very hard for the axe user to hit the sword user. For any strategy nuts out there, this is the game within the game that helps give strategy games depth. Most players hate the chance to fail, RNG. So if they can optimize their strategy and utilize all of these systems, they are sometimes able to eliminate chance or RNG from the entire equation. Chance and RNG are very simple and powerful tools and helps to influence almost every system within Fire Emblem. I was able to learn this thanks to actually interacting with permadeath, and it has rekindled my love for Fire Emblem in a way. While I'm sure many players will disagree, I personally love being pushed out of my comfort zone and then being forced to adapt to something I could never foresee. It is the context that flavors the weight behind your decisions and makes it so much more satisfying when things do go right. My name is Varsona, and thank you for watching. Oh yeah, and in making this video, I also realized how crazy smart the weapon triangle is. So if you're interested in learning about the hidden power of Fire Emblem's weapon triangle, check out this video on screen right now.